Hello, YouTube. We are back again. It's time for the divine intervention. Mistress Lovecraft, my lord the Count much desires to speak with you regarding your time with the lords. If you would remain here for a moment.
The hero returns. I cannot thank you enough for saving young Emanalane's life. Aye, he told me everything. I've also received letters from both House Zamail and Durandare praising your conduct, and that of House Fortom. You've won us much honor, my friend.
My lord.
What is it? Speak.
Pray forgive the intrusion, my lord, but I bring grave tidings. Master Alphino and Mistress Tataru have been detained on suspicion of fomenting heresy.
What? Explain.
They were observed entering a tavern in the lower levels on some half-dozen occasions. There, it is claimed, they made a number of inquiries. Inquiries which brought them into contact with certain elements. 'Twas this which prompted a Knight of the Heavens Ward to demand that they be questioned. Sir Grinno, my lord.
Sir Grinno is a brute. An exceedingly accomplished brute, but a brute nonetheless. Alas, he is also a son of House Zamail.
So the D is completely silent. Zamail.
How quickly we forget the petty nature of men. I'd wager your friends are no more than pawns in another of my countrymen's games. Such is the way of things between the high houses.
Though you have won the hearts and minds of many of my countrymen, there are those who will never be swayed. Men who will dismiss your efforts and resent your successes, even as we celebrate them. It is like that one such member of House Zamiel. Is that Zamiel? 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 I'm trying to think of how it was said. Is manipulating Sir Grina, for he is not a man to dabble in politics of his own volition. He may genuinely believe your friends to be guilty, though I'm quite certain this masters know better. Yet the truth will avail us naught if we cannot prove their innocence. You would do well to speak with Sir Emeric at the congregation of our knights most heavenly. He will know most of these charges. On it. You don't mess with my buddies. You mess with my buddies. You know what happens? You know what happens? If this ever loads up, you'll know what happens. You mess with my buddies, you know what happens? Get my axe. Not that way. This way. Much fun. You're already here. Lily, I had but this moment resolved to go and fetch you. I presume you have heard what happened then. Lucia? That they should regard the science with such suspicion even after you stood with us on the steps of the faith is bad comedy. Yet, unlike the grave injustice you suffered in Udal, this wrong may swiftly be righted. It has been too long, Lily. Would that this visit came under happier circumstances. You are come to plead for Master Alphino and Mistress Tataru, I take it. Of course. Word of their detainment reached us while I was delivering my report on the Banu Primal. Truly, I know not which is more ludicrous, these charges or that flying feathered whale. That Sir Greta's accusations are baseless, I have no doubt. Refuting them will be difficult, however, as he is a knight of the Heaven's Ward, hence the name of the expansion. I speak of the personal guard of the Archbishop, the 12 finest knights in all of Ishgard, sworn to serve His Eminence alone. Suffice it to say, their testimony is unimpeachable, and I have not the authority to challenge their actions. After all the Scions have done, routing the heretics and defeating Shiva, helping us to defend the steps of the faith and drive back the Davinian horde, after proving themselves true allies on countless occasions, is there naught we can do? I fear there is but one path left to us. We must demand a trial by combat. But of course! In a trial by combat sanctioned by the Inquisition, the victor's claim is judged true regardless of the petitioner's standing. Under Ishgardian law, trial by combat pits the accuser against the accused. In this instant, Master Alphino and Mistress Tataru would be expected to face Sir Grena and a second of his choosing, another knight of the Heaven's Ward, most like. 2 of them? By the Fury! That can hardly be considered fair. Master Alphino's magic talent will not have gone unnoticed, meaning that he will have no choice but to participate. Mistress Tataru, on the other hand, is quite obviously bereft of martial skill, and should be afforded the right to name a champion to fight in her stead. Lest you doubt, I am ready and willing to serve in this capacity, as I am sure is Lord Harshaphon. But all here present know that you are the most accomplished warrior among us, and mayhap in the realm at large. I am the champion. Then it is settled. I will visit Master Alphino at once and inform him of our intention. Lily, meet me at the tribunal when you have made ready. Until then, my friend. Trial will be held at the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Heliac Inquisitory Doctrine. That is a fucking mouthful. I will be in attendance, and as will many others, with a vested interest in the outcome. Stint not in your participations, my friend. The Knights of the Heaven's Ward will provide a stern test for even one such as you. No, they won't. And then they should regard the Scions with such suspicion. Okay, she's saying the same thing as before. I just thought maybe she's doing something different now that we've done the trial by combat thing. No one messes with my buddy. And accusing Tataru of such filth. How dare you? How very dare! Listen carefully, Lily. When the trial begins, the petitioner will be asked to restate his charges, and the accused invited to respond. Then, in accordance with the law, they will be asked to restate their requests for a trial by combat. Once the High Educator acknowledges Mistress Tataru's right to name a champion, that is when you must make your entrance. Oh, I cannot wait to see the look on Sir Grinden's face when he sees his true opponent. 'Twill be priceless. More seriously, should you begin to lose heart, look to me in the stands, and I shall cheer you so loud, you will wonder how you could ever have contrived to doubt yourself. Now, are you ready? I love Harshaphon.
We are gathered here today under the watchful gaze of the Fury to ascertain the guilt of 2 souls in a trial by combat. Petitioners, step forward. Sir Grinno, for the benefit of all here present, I would ask you to repeat the charges which you have leveled against this man and this woman.
I, Sir Grinno de Zemile, brother of the Heavens Ward, did bear witness to these 2 foreigners consorting with heretics.
Let the accused step forward. Alfino Leveilleur, Tataru Taru, you have heard the charges leveled against you. Will you take up arms to refute Sir Grinno's claim, and thereby prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men?
I, Alfino Leveilleur, am innocent of this charge, and claim my right to trial by combat.
I, Tataru Taru, am innocent of this charge. But I am no warrior and cannot fight. So, I claim the right to name a champion.
To the old and the infirm, the young and the weak, this right we allow. Very well. Who will stand for this woman?
Me, bitches.
Just as I was beginning to doubt the efficacy of the Ishgardian justice system. Come, my friend. Let us put an end to this mummer's farce.
O Halone, render unto us your judgment. Raise up the righteous, and cast down the wicked.
You don't mess with Tataru. We protect the Tataru. Taru. Hey bitch, I said me. Oh well, what do you have here? This one's mine. Huh. Bloody waste of... Come on, then. You wanted this, remember? Leave him alone. Why can I not? I'm trying to hit the damn chain. Yeah. Actually, I could have just done that. There you go. You're free. Indulge enough, heathen swine. Lily, Alphina's in trouble. Yeah, I know.
I've got you now.
Lily, Alphina, look out!
Down with you! Hell's take you!
Already taken out, but Heal yourself, Alphina. After just sits there and takes it to the face.
This isn't funny.
Well, don't fucking accuse my friends, you assholes. We won! The Fury has spoken. Alphanu Levier, Tataru Taru, you are hereby acquitted of all charges. Blessed are we who receive of her wisdom and see justice wrought by her divine hand. Petitioners accused, go forth in peace. Delivered from an untimely demise yet again. My thanks, as always. Of course, Alphanu. I mostly came for Tataru Taru, but, you know. You're a bonus. By the Fury, what a splendid victory! To see how you strove in the face of adversary. Two brave young souls bound together by bonds of camaraderie. Why, it stirred me to the very depths of my soul. Having been treated to such a rousing spectacle, it seems only right that I present you with a humble token of mine admiration. Pray receive of me this chocobo whistle. With it, you may summon a black chocobo, fully trained and ready to fly. Magnificent, is she not? Strong yet sleek, elegant yet eager. What say you, Lily? Will you take her for your steed? She seems cute. Lord Harshfont! Chocobos are prohibited in the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of the Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine. Your steed must remain outside. Can y'all just say the Sacred Supreme Tribunal or something like that? What do you have to add? What do you have to have like 17 words to say this one place? Now we also have the Ether Compass. That's a very vital thing to have. For expansions from here onward, it's a very vital thing to have. Ether currents now accessible. Collection expanded. Ether Compass acquired. You have attained a black chocobo. While riding this mount, you will have the ability to fly, provided certain conditions have been met. To fly in a given region, you must first find and attune to all the local ether currents. In order to attune to some ether currents, you will need to complete certain quests. However, most can be discovered via exploration. To aid you in this endeavor, you have also obtained an ether compass, which will provide you with both the bearing and the distance to the nearest ether current upon use. The ether compass can be found under collections in the duties section of the main menu. To review your progress, select travel from the main menu followed by ether currents. So I'll show all this when we get back to, or not necessarily even back to, do I have it on the, I do, I have it right there. This is the ether compass. So I will show it on the, anyway. Disclosure. Black chocobos are all well and good, but the true reward for your efforts is the exoneration of your comrades. They shall be released upon the completion of certain minor formalities, which I mean to see to personally. In the meantime, pray return to Fortemps Manor. The Count has done so already, and will doubtless be eager to discuss the day's event. Yeah, let me, while I'm thinking about it. Blow that whistle and also sort so we don't have to and go through a bunch of pages because we made a dent in it. The Vigil. I always goes around to like the outfits to see like what I could eventually have. Anything I see is obviously able to be gotten. It might be restricted to a certain class though. Like this could be maybe, yeah, it's the dancer, so maybe that's the dancer outfit only. You can see it's she's a dancer because of things on the side of her. Those are her weapons. I don't know what you want. I don't know what the weapons are actually called. Like circular blades on our side, tambourine, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Combat tambourines. I don't know. Welcome, mistress. Yeah, let me in. Brings me joy to see you in good health, Mistress Lovecraft. Are you trying to become the talk of the city? Because if you are, you're doing an admirable job of it. I was not present at the trial, but my father told me of your performance. He said you were a wonder to behold. Helion smiles on us yet again, Mistress Lovecraft, guiding you to victory and setting your comrades free. I confess, I did fear for your safety, which is not to say I doubted your prowess. You understand, I merely knew the strength of your opponents. You do have a habit of exceeding my expectations. Besting 2 of the Heavens Ward while the city's elite looked on? By the Fury, anyone who hasn't been paying attention to you will surely do so from now on. My lord. We have just received a message from the vault. His Eminence, the Archbishop, requests the presence of Mistress Lovecraft. An invitation from the Archbishop? What an honor. A personal summons is indeed a great honor. Given recent events, you would be wise not to delay. Go, Mistress Lovecraft. We shall speak anon. A priest will be waiting for you outside the vaults. Identify yourself to him, and he will escort you inside. Will they say anything about it? Or... Okay, it's just I guess technically, the Count might have. The Count might have said something else, but. And the vault is right where we just up here, so there's no point in you just run up there. We are honored to receive you, Mistress Lovecraft. This way, please.
Your Eminence, it is my honor to present to you the Warrior of Light.
I have heard the tales of your many grand endeavors. The Lord Commander has also been most effusive in his praise. I am Thorin the Seventh, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, and I bade you come here that I might offer my personal apologies. You will forgive me for not calling upon you as courtesy would dictate, but as you can see, my more sprightly days are long behind me. But I digress. Your companions were wrongly accused of heresy and subjected to gross indignities. This, I am sorry to say, was the result of negligence on the part of our nation's protectors. Negligence born of an excess of zeal. Is that not so, Sir Zephyrin?
Yes, Your Eminence. Regrettably, it would appear that we of the Heavens Ward were in receipt of erroneous information. Sir Grinno has ever been headstrong. He pressed charges before the truth had been ascertained, for which I most sincerely apologize.
An unfortunate misunderstanding born of an earnest desire to serve Ishgard, but one which should never have occurred. For who could doubt the character of those who bested Shiva and drove the Horde from the steps of faith? Not I. That much is certain. That will be all, Sir Zephyrin. I would speak with our guest in private.
Your Eminence? As you wish, Your Eminence. That will be all for today.
Privacy is a luxury rarely afforded one in my position. Now tell me, young lady, what do you know of the Ascians?
Huh?
Much and more, I shouldn't wonder. Being the bringer of light. You should know that I myself have met with them, have entertained them as guests, even. Those harbingers of chaos and strife offered us power that we might continue our war against the dragons. I have no intention of aiding their cause, of course, nor less of being their puppet. Yet, were I to refuse them outright, I should learn naught of their true objectives and remain powerless to stop them. Thus have I hearkened to their words with interest and paid lip service to their beliefs, biding my time and preparing for the inevitable conflict. And why do I tell you this? Because there is naught in this world they fear more than the power of the Warrior of Light. If we are to rid ourselves of these vile interlopers, we must needs work together. With our combined strength, I have faith that we can wrest Eorzea from their grasp and pave the way for a lasting peace. Think on it.
I just noticed my helmet was off in that cutscene. Was it not? I did not see the metal over it. Because I could clearly see the little, like, gem I have. Interesting. I didn't know any of the cutscenes took your helmet off. I usually hide the helmet. Because, I mean, I build the face, so I don't want to hide it in the helmet anyway, so I usually hide it, but I didn't know there was cutscenes that did that. Why is this person 3 stars? I have no idea what that was. I don't know if that was an emote, an item. Yeah, they cried when you stepped forward at the tribunal, Lily. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
There you are. I confess, I was more than a little concerned when I learned that you had been summoned to the vault. What did they want with you?
Well, he's dealt with the Asians.
Well, well. A formal apology and an admonishment of those responsible. I see my fears were wholly misplaced.
That's not all. The Asians too.
By the gods! The Archbishop freely admits to consorting with Asians. So, their ambitions extend to Ishgard as well. We will have new primals to contend with ere long, of that you may be certain. 'Tis but a matter of time. Yet shorn of the support of our missing allies, what can we realistically hope to achieve?
In the midst of all the excitement, I completely forgot to tell you. When I was asking around about the Scions, I heard the most awful rumor. General Rauburn is to be executed for crimes against the Sultanate!
If the Flame General dies, we will lose a staunch ally, and the one man capable of holding the Sultana's assassins to account. Lord Orchiphon was wise to counsel restraint, but this business will brook no delay. We cannot permit this execution to take place. We must save Rauburn.
Think we're just gonna sit by and do nothing? Come on. The Flame General Affairs. Though the situation calls for urgency, it fail us a little to charge headlong into Udal without a plan. Before we can formulate a plan, however, we must first learn how things stand in the Sultanate, which is why I propose that we visit Limsa Lominsa. You heard me right. While you were about your altruistic endeavors, I acted as an intermediate in trade negotiation between House Fatem and a Lominsian consortium. During said negotiations, an opportunity to send word to the Admiral presented itself, and I duly seized it. I am happy to report that we yet have a stout ally in Limsa. The Admiral has pledged her full cooperation in any effort to rescue Ruban. Accordingly, I have agreed to meet with her, that we might discuss how best to proceed. Naturally, I told her to expect us both. Your presence never fails to embolden our allies, after all. When you arrive in Limsa Lominsa, make yourself known to Sergeant Zenthiel at Bulwark Hall on the lower deck. He will admit you to the bridge. Good to know. Well, let's go see what the Admiral has to say. And are you still gonna just say thank you or whatever? Nope. Gods, I hope we're not too late to save General Ruban. I should have told you sooner about the execution, I mean. But what with the trial and everything? Nope. That means I was gonna say, well, I know one of them is my favored, so. So technically speaking, we have to go over there, but let's take a detour real quick. Can we do it? Wait a minute. So we're further. What was it? Rock salt, I think? Right? That was the only thing we have. Yes. We don't have this. No. That's a maiden cart. Let me do this. We go to the aft. Do we have the maiden cart here? I think we could be wrong. Maybe, or we did at one point if we don't anymore. Maybe we don't? Or we did. I thought we did. Oh well. Maybe I don't. Unless I have it. Well, it could be... Could be one other thing about it. What level am I? Oh, sure. 15? Probably not, but it's possible that I have... It's possible that it's one of the ones you can buy, and that's why I remember it. That, or it's one that I have in my inventory on my fisher, and I just didn't put the fish in there yet. Ah, it's this. That it's one you can buy. See, I knew the maiden carp was one that was, like, easy accessible. So did I never completed the hunting log, okay. It means I probably didn't do the dungeon that I need to do for that. One of them there. Yeah, I never did that dungeon, I bet. Whoop, didn't mean to look in your crotch. I wanted to look at your outfit. The green caught my eye. I keep the fish in here, that way I don't have to fish on other characters if I already have them. On that note, is that true? Did I leave? Yeah, I have to do the damn dungeon. Okay. That's what I'm missing. When I do that, I can then access the next level. How many do I have? Okay, I'm not at max either, so that's good. Okay. Let's get back here and go to the bulwark. I like doing that as much as I can for multiple reasons. Because this currency right here, this like ranking, is the point I'm pretty sure that's what it is the point you use to get these actions. So I have to like buy these from the store to activate them. And so the more stuff we put in there, we get there. Plus, of course, the more stuff we do, the more we get these seals. On top of that, we also have the fact that this also plays into the rank. So the more we trade in there, this rank will go up a lot quicker. So it's just overall good to turn in as many things as you can that you don't need. As daily as you can. Like, probably after this video, I will chill out. Maybe. It depends on where this ends and if I want to do one more. But whenever I'm done for tonight, I will pick up on my other characters, do like the fishing, the mining, the botanist stuff. Technically, I should do the crafting too, I just haven't put the effort into it. Anyway. The Admiral has been expecting you. Say the word and I will take you to her, yes?
Friends, 'tis good to see you safe and well. I will admit I had not counted on you seeking, let alone finding refuge within the Holy See, but full glad was I to learn that you had.
Thankfully, we had allies there who took us under their wing. And theirs was not the only aid we receive, I suspect. When we fled Uldar, we fully expected to become wanted men, known to all and hounded at every turn. Yet that did not come to pass. On the contrary, 'twould seem the charges against us have not been made public. Might we have you to thank for that, Admiral?
Sharp as ever, Master Elfino. On Marshal Terrapin's urging, the Elder Seedseer and I demanded that the Syndicate suppress news of the Scion's alleged crimes until such time as irrefutable evidence could be found. Our argument was simple. Lacking proof, to accuse the saviors of the realm of so unlikely a crime would have the people up in arms. In their wisdom, the Syndicate agreed, as you yourself have seen. There is something you should know. Some few days prior to the banquet, the Elder Seedseer and I were summoned for a private audience with the Sultana. There, she revealed her intent to announce her abdication, that she might pave the way for the establishment of an Uldan Republic.
What? But such an announcement would have plunged the entire nation into chaos.
She was well aware of that. 'Twas for fear of what might ensue that she summoned us. Her Grace wanted the Elder Seedseer and I to lend Rauban a helping hand, you see? To aid him in preserving the peace during the transition.
So, having somehow caught wind of her plan, Lolorito and Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination in the hope of maintaining the constitutional status quo. But they must have known that her death would sow as much chaos as her abdication. Chaos from which Teleji alone might feasibly stand to profit. Surely Lolorito would never knowingly... Ah, could it be? I dare not hope.
The Uldan authorities have yet to announce the Sultana's passing. To allay any suspicion that may arise from Her Grace's absence, they have issued a statement to the effect that she is presently convalescing from illness.
Mayhap they're waiting for a fitting moment to break the news. Or mayhap they know of some other reason to delay.
Something else has been bothering me, Admiral. I was dismayed to learn that General Raoban is to be executed. Yet upon hearing the news, I could not help but wonder why he had been kept alive for so long. Pray mistake not my meaning. I am, of course, overjoyed that our friend still draws breath, and that he might yet be saved. But if his enemies truly wished to eliminate him, they could have done so immediately. I see no reason for this delay.
Aye, you've struck upon an important point, Master Alphino. Following his capture, Raoban had been held in the Marasaja pit within Uldar. In recent days, however, he has reportedly been moved to an unknown location. Queerly, 'twas not the brass blades who spirited him away either, but a band of soldiers decked in blue.
The Crystal Braves.
Aye. If I read the winds aright, the arrangement between Lord Lolorito and the Braves has come under strain. At any rate, if we're to rescue Raoban, we'll have to find him first. And you'll be glad to hear that I have already entrusted the task to those best able to see it done. Our friends of Doma.
Ruban's survival is vital to the Eorzean alliance. We can ill afford to lose him. But I cannot send troops into Udal. 'Twould spell the end of the alliance and war like as not. If there is to be a rescue, it falls to you and yours to attempt. I would not have it any other way, Admiral. It was I who founded the Crystal Braves, and I who must take responsibility for their actions. Spoken like a true leader, Master Alphino. By way of a first step, you should seek out our Doman contact. You will find her among the frontier hands at Revenant's Toll, working in a kitchen. Though it's useless to dwell on the past, I often wonder if I could have, and should have, done more for you and Ruban that day. Leaving the banquet was tantamount to leaving you and yours for dead. Should you think me craven, I wouldn't I wouldn't hold it against you. But I will make it up to you, this I swear. Come what may, know that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn can count on our cooperation. Would that we could join you in rescuing the Flame General. The Sultanate would not take kindly to a foreign power on their soil, allies or no. The Crystal Braves may no longer answer to me, but that does not absolve me of responsibility. As commander, I am accountable for all the wrongs they have committed, all the havoc they have wreaked. Let's go! Agiri. Mistress Lily, I knew in my heart that you were safe, but to see you again in the flesh, words cannot well express my relief. Even as the victory feast was taking place, the Crystal Braves turned upon us and took the rising stones by force. Amid the chaos, some few of my compatriots and I were able to slip away unnoticed. Since then we have remained in Revenant's Toll. keeping watch over the mutineers while awaiting your return. You have done well by us, and we Domans do not soon forget our debts. We swear to all within our power to aid you. Shortly before you arrived, I received words from Limsa Lominsa that you were searching for General Ruban. As their admiral will have informed you, he was recently moved from a cell in the Murasaja pit. At the same juncture, Yu Hase and the 3rd unit were observed leaving the Rising Stones. This can be no simple coincidence. Their purpose, we believe, is to escort the Flame General to the scene of his execution. Suffice it to say, we have people shadowing the 3rd. If you would join the hunt, pray seek out the Wear at High Bridge, where I too am bound. Yet again our Doman friends proved their worth, though the Rito was a fool to refuse them asylum. We'll get to Ruban. Hase. The mere mention of the name. I keep wanting to say Yu Yu Hakusho Hakusho because of the show, but Yu Hase. The mere mention of the name calls to mind the moment I felt the kiss of cold steel against my neck. It has been a while since I last wore this garb. Since I came to Revenant's Toll, my days have been spent in the kitchens. Fear not, however. Though I have learned to wield the skillet, I have not forgotten the use of a dagger. Beware! I have been expecting you. Time is of the essence, so I shall be direct. Him and his men are bound for Halatali, which is the dungeon I need to do, but not... They won't have the enemies in there because it's like the boss of the dungeon, but this is the actual dungeon I need to do for the Grand Company. We believe that this is where they intend to carry out the execution. Lazan is presently keeping watch over the entrance. Let us make haste and join. I like how our best allies, half the time, are people from different regions, like the Domans. Not the people of our region, or the Ishgardian, some of the Ishgardians. Like, we have better allies outside of where we're born and protecting. Damn. Ruban's ties to Halatali are well known. That Ilberd should choose this of all places to stage his execution is no coincidence. The fiend! Are there no depths to which he will not stoop? You come at a good time, my friend. But moments ago, the traitor Ilberd arrived and entered. From this, we may be certain that General Ruban is being held within. Keeping the flame alive. There is no time to lose. General Adalm may be executed at any moment. You must enter the dungeon and free him from his captors. Please see to your preparations and tell me when you are ready. Proceed. One of our own will accompany you inside. see, it's not an actual, like, enter into the dungeon. It's its own instance of the dungeon. Yugiri!
Pray, forgive me my lateness.
Lady Ugiri!
Master Alphino, I am pleased to see that the light of resolve shines in your eyes once more.
Ah, yes. How pathetic I must have seemed to you when we last met. I am ashamed to recall it. For a time, I was well and truly lost. But with the aid of my comrades, I have since refound my purpose, and I shall take care not to misplace it again.
Since your escape from Ulda, my fellow shinobi and I have shadowed the Crystal Braves every step, in hopes of learning the Scion's whereabouts. Regrettably, our investigation has yet to yield any useful information. Pray, forgive us.
You need not apologize, my lady. We are grateful for all that you have done on our behalf. Besides, Ralban is no less a friend, and we cannot well abandon him to his fate.
Hozan, the three of us shall attend to the Flame General's rescue. Pray, draw away the guards by the entrance. Take Dowade and Higiri with you.
Damn!
With me!
Lazan was just like, wow, immediate attacking. Like, I was waiting for this. Not a soul from the Colosseum to be seen. This bodes ill. Take lead, Lily. I shall follow close upon you. I just hear Yugiri in the background spawning her shit. Hey, leave him alone.
Leave this to me.
So that's the casting sound of the ninja class. Pretty sure this is the way. Yep, there it is. The General, but where are his captors? I mislike the look of this. General! You came. He is bound by some manner of magitech device, yet I dare not force it open. It may well be booby-trapped. I've heard of such devices. The Crystal Braves will possess the key. Let us split up and look for it. That will not be necessary. Pray do not take it personally, my friends. You are the victims of harsh economic conditions. Happily, you will not suffer for long. This poison will convey you swiftly onto the bosom of Thea, where I hope to join you after the passing of many prosperous years. Confound it! The mist stifles. Farewell, my friends. Oh, and do try to relax. They tell me they struggle only makes it work. Leave me. Save yourselves. We cannot let them escape, Lily. Force the gate open. Beasts! The mist must be drawing them. Ha! The way is clear. The mist remains. We must stop it at the source. I shall tend to the general. Pray see to the mist and the key. The Braves have the key. We get rid of this thing. Now to get rid of you guys. That takes care of the mist. The mist has cleared. Next, to find the key and the free Rubon. As you see, he's healing up. We went from like 40 all the way up to 60 so far. Hey, bitches. Bitch ass bitches. How did they survive the poison? Bah, looks like we'll just have to finish the job. Give me that key. The key. Take it to Ruban. That's the plan. Come in, Flame General. We got you, bud. You better believe we got you. Just like no one fucks with Tataru. No one fucks with Ruban. Not on my watch. Yeah, the other control scheme would definitely benefit. I might do that off screen later and change the control scheme so I can do that. 'Cause having the extra skills in this hotbar will be good. My thanks. Slowly, General. You are yet weak from your ordeal. Nevertheless, we must quit this place. I should have known. What a clever contraventions to the warrior blade. Well done, hero. Ilbert. Luntress. I will take you all out. I gave you a second chance and you're an asshole again. You mean to struggle on then? Very well. If you would stand in my way, I will cut you down like all the rest. So, it was actually funny. So when I was doing the mission where you give out the uniforms on one of my alt, I was like, I would fucking stab you if I could. I hate you. I hate you. I like you. I like you. I hate you. Because obviously I know what happens to him already, so I'm like, and I like told Wilred, like, run away, man, run. You're too good for this. Obviously, I didn't do that when we were actually doing this character because I don't want to spoil anything, but. You stand in my way, I will cut you down like all the rest. Come, Scions, let's get this over with. Don't worry. Oh, don't worry. I have every intention on kicking your ass. You first, Golden Eye.
I have you now.
No, you do not, buddy. Guess I should take out the healer next.
They're not finished yet.
You legless. You should be spineless too. You're an asshole. Fucking betray me after I gave you a second chance in the Crystal
I'll tear
Braves.
you limb from limb. This changes nothing.
It is over, Ilberd. Lay down your arms and surrender yourself to justice.
Justice? Justice for what exactly? 'Twas not I who assassinated the Sultana, boy.
Ere we debate who is responsible for the assassination, I would ask whether an assassination took place at all.
Oh, clever little shite.
If you think you fight for justice, lass, you best wake up. The truth is, you fight for whoever bloody well tells you to. Can you not see you're being used? By the Scions, the City-States, even the Crystal Braves. They none of them care a whit what you want. Only what you can do for them. And how do I know this? Because I'm the same. A pawn to be used as my masters see fit. All I ever wanted was to liberate my homeland. And I ate dirt to make it happen. But what have I achieved after all these years in servitude? Nothing. Not a bloody thing. If we ourselves are not free, free to think and to act, how are we ever to reclaim our homeland? Know this. There is nothing I would not give to take back Alamigo. Nothing!
My eyes!
You'll not get away!
No, Master Alphino. Now is not the time.
I'm but a cripple and a fool. And still you came for me. I'm in your debt.
We are all of us fools of fate, General. But even fools have a part to play.
On your feet, gladiator. This fight is not over.
Rest assured, I was not planning to die till I'd avenged the Sultana. Still, your words are welcome, lass. Know this, Ilberd. There is nothing I would not give to see you pay for what you've done. My wealth, my arm, my life. Nothing.
General, are you aware that Lord Olorito has yet to announce the Sultana's death to the public?
What? No. No, I was not aware of that, nor of anything else outside my cell. 'Tis passing strange, though. I assumed the bastard would make it known at the first opportunity, and set about tearing down the Sultanate.
As did we all. And it is indeed strange that he did not. Strange, or perhaps revealing. Now, I have no conclusive proof, nor do I wish to give you false hope, but I have reason to believe that Her Grace may yet live.
What? But how can that be?
Forgive me, friends, but it is not safe here. Let us continue this conversation without...
What do you mean? Don't you wanna, have a conversation in a dungeon that had poison and everything else? The general's safe. What news without? My lady, The guards have been subdued, as per your command. We have since kept watch over the entrance. There have been no further activity, and Ilbert and his minions have fled via some other egress. Scour the perimeter for signs of their passing. At once, my lady. General Dalton. Dark stranger, I presume? And the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? Who are you? Identify yourself. Pray do not be alarmed. My mistress is a friend, and I come bearing a message of goodwill. For your own safety, she bade me direct your steps to the Waking Sands. Know that Master Aranje awaits you there, along with others sympathetic to your cause. This is no ruse, I assure you, General Odon. If you will come with me, I have prepared a carriage, that you may travel in comfort, safe from prying eyes. I spoke with Oranje via Link Pearl. He confirms the man's story. Ruban is in safe hands. Let us make our way to Vesper Bay. We finally used the Vesper Bay tickets again. Why is there a party outside of Waking Sand? You don't usually see a lot of people at the Waking Sands.
My dearest friends, praise be unto the 12 for delivering you from the clutches of treachery.
Father!
Pippin, my son, and Master Papashan besides.
Forgive me, Father. I should have been at Her Grace's side.
Save your tears. The Sultana yet lives.
You.
It was I who arranged this gathering. And judging by your perplexed expressions, it would seem introductions are in order. I am Dulala, head of the Order of Noldthal, and member of the Syndicate.
What you said about the Sultana, is it true? Is she alive?
Young lady, I understand you were with the Sultana when she drank from the poisoned goblet and collapsed. Would I be correct in assuming that you did not personally verify Her Grace's vital signs?
I mean, I was immediately grabbed.
Why
so
ask
no.
when she's plain? You know the answer.
Calm yourself, General, and let me finish. The truth is not as you imagine it. You are all victims of a most ingenious ruse. A ruse conceived to eliminate the threat posed by Teleji Adeleji. 'Tis my belief that Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination alone, but that Lolorito caught wind of his plot and exploited it to his own ends. He sought to manipulate you into eliminating Teleji for him, and you duly obliged. At one fell swoop, he removed his two foremost rivals, all the while remaining above suspicion.
God strike me down for a fool. But the Sultana,
How can it be that she lives?
She lives because Lolorito willed it. Her own lady-in-waiting is but one of his many little birds. By her sleight of hand, the poison was switched for a less deadly draught before it could reach her mistress's lips.
Some manner of sedative, perchance? Of a potency sufficient to induce a slumber like unto death.
Were I to guess, I would say her grace is being held somewhere, dreaming dreams of a brighter Uldar, even as we speak.
Oh, Nanamo. I will never forgive Lolorito for his part in this.
Though Lolorito's hands are far from clean, they did pluck her grace from the jaws of death. That must count for something. And though one may call the man's methods into question, it cannot be denied that he knows the value of stability, to the very gill, like as not. He craves power, 'tis true, but he has no desire to depose the Sultana. I had never taken sides in your feud with the monetarists, but it was not for want of concern for our nation's welfare. Indeed, 'twas out of the desire to see order restored that I furnished your Far Eastern friends with information, and arranged this gathering. I hope you are ready to work, General, for there is much work to be done. Our first priority must be to bring matters back into balance. Lest you forget Her Grace's words, the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. As for the more worldly kind of wealth, I am content to let Lolorito help himself to whatever Teledji Adeledji left behind. You, meanwhile, must do that which you alone can do. Rescue Her Grace and take your place at her side once more, for her sake and that of our nation.
I had not counted on Rapias Dulala herself appearing. In my defense, my suspicions regarding the Sultana proved more prescient. Much remains to be done, but in rescuing Ruban, we have taken a vital first step towards resolving matters in Uldal. We couldn't have done it without you, Lily. Taro? Yes, General Ruban is now in safe hands. What? Another assault? Very well, we shall return at once. Pray notify the Count of our coming. It would seem we face another crisis. The Dorvanians are preparing to resume their siege of the Holy See. Though I am loath to abandon the Sultana to her fate, we lack the necessary evidence to act upon her claims. That being the case, I propose we leave Marshal Pippin and the others to investigate and return with all haste to Ishgard. So she's not dead. Bro. When I thought she was dead the first time I played this, I was like, oh, you motherfuckers. Killed another one. Let us hear what the Count has to say. Ah, there you are. Sorry for cutting your reunion with General Ruban short. I wouldn't have bothered you, but the city is awash with rumors of another Dravenian attack. Lord Hushafon was desperate to get a hold of you, speaking of whom. He and the others are waiting for you inside, so you'd better head in. Yep, take me inside. My friend, I thank you for answering our call with such alacrity. As I am sure you are now aware, the Dravenians are once more gathering for war. Mistress Lovecraft, Master Liviera, I must apologize for this abrupt summons, but we thought it best to have Mistress Tataru contact you by the most direct means available. When the observatorium's bells toll, 'tis a warning that cannot be ignored. The Holy See has ordered that we make ready for battle. In case you haven't heard, a band of trappers returning from the west claim they saw a cloud of dragons big enough to dim the midday sky. Nighog's minions gather once more for war. I would not have you take up arms in another of our conflicts. When first you came to Ishgard, I offered you protection. If I cannot ensure your safety here, I cannot well accept your aid, much less ask for it. Signs of the Seventh Dawn, you are faced with a choice, to remain in a besieged Ishgard, or seek sanctuary elsewhere. I would not presume to influence your decision, but I must ask that you make it swiftly, lest our enemies force your hand. Coming of the Horde spells ruin for Ishgard, but her knights shall fight to the last to shield her citizens from harm. The observatorium bells have tolled. Either flee this place or make ready for war. How many dragons would it take to darken the midday sky, do you think? 1,000? More? Too many at any rate. I confess I know not where else you might seek sanctuary, but few places are like to be more perilous than a city under siege. What will become of this place, and us? Though we flee to the ends of the world, 'twould seem that no place in this troubled age is free of strife. Once more the Horde descends upon Ishgard, and once more her wary defenders must take up spear and bow. That Count would have us seek shelter from this storm, but I, for one, grow tired of running. If we are to shine the light of dawn, we must do so in the sight of our fellow man, not hunkered in a hole. What say you, Lily? I would stay and fight. Then fight we shall. Let it never be said that we abandon our allies in their hour of need. The choice we make this day may have grave implications for our order. It is only right that Tataru should have a say. Come, let us all meet outside and discuss the path that lies before us.
Ishgard cannot well endure another assault. Even should her knights succeed in turning back the Horde, the casualties will be catastrophic.
But what other choice do we have? It's not like we can talk it over with them. Dragons and men aren't exactly on speaking terms.
With certain notable exceptions.
You don't mean Iceheart?
When last you spoke with her, she lamented her crimes, did she not? Then there remains a sliver of hope. If we can persuade Iceheart to act as our intermediary, we may yet be able to convince Nidhogg to abandon his bloody course.
If there is to be a meeting, I would accompany you.
Estinian.
Even with your intermediary, Nidhogg's blood rage may render him deaf to reason. However, the mere attempt may afford our forces precious time to prepare. Of course, you might also consider a more direct approach to ending this conflict. With the power of the Eye at my disposal, and the vaunted strength of the Warrior of Light, we could conceivably slay the beast outright.
If we are to risk a face-to-face meeting with the Dread Worm, I, for one, would feel safer in the company of the Azure Dragoon. However, I should only turn to your lance if my words failed to find their mark. Is that clear?
Perfectly. I shall assume that Iceheart enjoys similar diplomatic protection until instructed otherwise. A word of advice. Think carefully before divulging the particulars of this plan to Sir Emeric. 'Twould not do to have the Lord Commander accused of consorting with heretics.
Indeed. I thank you for your counsel, Estinian. We shall be honored to have you with us.
I am glad to be of service.
We have chosen a difficult road, yet even should we succeed in winning Iceheart to our cause, our plans for parley will swiftly come to naught should the Holy See decide to strike first against the Horde. We must petition the Lord Commander's aid ere we set forth, on the hope that Sir Emeric will be willing to muzzle Isgard's forces on the strength of our vague assurances. Tataru, I would ask that you remain at Fortem's Manor and inform the Count of our decision. Tell him that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn mean to do all in their power to ensure that Ishgard and her people survive. Yes, sir.
I want the defenses of the Outer Ward rechecked. See to it that the ballistas are in good repair and supplied with enough ammunition for a prolonged siege.
At once, my lord.
Ah, 'twould seem I have visitors. And unlike those messing beyond our walls, these ones are welcome.
Pray forgive us for interrupting you in the midst of your preparations, Sir Emeric, but our suit concerns the impending assault. To speak plain, we believe there is a chance the invasion might be halted before it even begins. I can divulge little more at this time, but I must nevertheless request that you advise the Holy See to refrain from launching any preemptive sorties whilst we seek to put our plans in motion.
I will gladly lend my support to any endeavor that could spare the blood of my countrymen, but I would know more of the cause you would have me champion. Will you not share aught of this mysterious undertaking? Know that I have offered my lance to aid in this endeavor. I cannot claim that its success is assured. But our actions should serve to delay Nidhogg's advance at the very least. Which is more than can be said for the ill-conceived counterattack advocated by the sea's more vocal crusaders. They offer glorious death, but little hope of victory.
Aye, their proposal does not inspire confidence. Our resources should rightly be spent shoring up the city's defenses. The Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light sallying forth together to face the dread worm Nidhogg. I must admit, the mere thought of it does much to dispel my misgivings. Go then. Carry out your plan. I shall do what I can for you within the Holy See.
I will say this for your plan. It has made keeping secrets from the Holy See seem almost entertaining. Having secured Sir Emeric's support, we may proceed without fear of preemptive Ishgardian attack, which is not to say we can afford to dither. History tells us that the Dravenians will attack as soon as their horde reaches a critical size. Before that happens, we must needs track down and win over the Lady Iceheart. And then locate and parley with Nidhogg. In short, time is against us. If you're ready, Estinian, let us be on our task.
Such commotion.
Yes, Your Eminence. The bells of the Observatorium warn of our enemy's approach.
So, the dragons are coming. Let them come, in their hundreds and their thousands. With the divine blade in our hands, we shall rend their flesh and drown the heretics in their master's blood. Even Nidhogg and his foul brood shall be powerless to resist us. And when we have rid the world of their pestilence, we shall turn our attention to our Ascian allies. See that they are suitably rewarded for their invaluable assistance.
If I may, Your Eminence, the Paragons wield powers strange and unknowable. Can we be certain that they will not see through our deception?
We can be certain of naught save the righteousness of our cause. If you would be a true leader of men, you must possess conviction as well as caution. We seek to excise the root of an evil that has blighted us for 1,000 years. The risk is worth the reward.
And what of Estinian and this Warrior of Light? They have plans of their own.
Leave them to their purpose. We must each play the role we have been given. You and your chosen brothers most of all.
For the glory of King Thordan.
The fuck? Before we set forth, we must inform Tataru of our plans. And I shall await you at Saint Reniet's Forum. Tell your friend we may be some time. The road you have chosen is neither short nor easy. Of that I need no reminding. Come, Lily, let us head back to Fortemps Manor. I have an idea of where I want to stop this video. It's going to be a couple quests from now, if I'm correct. And by that I mean actual, like, full-on, like, quest, not just go here, and then done, kind of thing. Our course is set, Tataru. It may be some time before Lily and I return to Ishgard. We got this. We're gonna go get Ice Heart. We're gonna do this. Well, just you be careful, alright? Oh, don't worry about me. I'll be busy listening out for news of our lost friends. If anyone can find them, it is you, Tataru. Farewell for now. Oh, before you go, you must put this on, Alpha. I made it especially. No, I couldn't possibly. Very well. By the 12, it fits perfectly, and the quality is actually rather good. I'm glad you like it. I've been practicing my needlework while I listen to rumors and the like. A good receptionist is always learning new skills. My thanks, Tataru. Whatever else awaits me upon the road, I shall not fear the cold. So it's the least I could do. Now, I must be getting back to the tavern, or I'll never catch up with all the gossip. Best of luck on your journey. This new attire will serve me well in the bitter cold of Prithis. I shall have to thank Tataru properly upon my return. You have said your farewells, then? Aye, we are ready to depart. I suggest we begin our search for Lady Iceheart without delay. Very well. But she will prove an elusive quarry. Where do you intend to start looking? In the absence of any fresh intelligence on Isiel's movements, I propose we pick up the trail where she was encountered last, the cursed Western Highlands. Let us speak with Sir Redwald, was it? As the commander of Falcon's Nest, it is like that he will know if any heretic activity has been reported in the area. Dun 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 dun. My other music just randomly like picks up and like, got this. Oh yeah, now we're actually in where we can start getting the ether currents too. Well, Mistress Lovecraft, what business brings you back to Falcon's Nest? Judging by the company you keep, it can be no trifling matter. Azure Dragoon, I know, of course, but I do not believe I met this young gentleman. Alphino Olivier, at your service, and you are not mistaken as to the gravity of our mission, Sir Redwald. As I am sure you are aware, the Observatorium has warned that the Dravenians gather for another assault. We believe that there may yet be a way to avert the coming conflict, but only if we can find the elusive Lady Iceheart. Thus have we come to the Falcon's Nest in the hope of acquiring the latest intelligence on the heretics' movement. I see. Then you'd be best served by speaking directly to my man. A patrol is due to return from its sweep of the surrounding lands at any moment. You may also wish to question the knights assigned to pick over the remains of the heretic refuge at Bergam Mills. It is possible they have unearthed information that could be of use to you. Mistress Lovecraft knows well the place I speak of, for it was she who first discovered it. Let us divide our forces then. I will stay and await the return of the patrol, while the two of you visit this refuge. When I have completed my inquiries, I will join you there. A wise use of our time. Come, Lily. I am eager to learn what Sir Redwald's men have found in the heretic's lair. So, now, like I said, one of the things you want to do and really pay attention to once you start getting the ether current, is, I'll show you in a second, because it should be this mission over here. So, bridge over frozen water. So you see this blue thing in green? This is an ether current. You need to do these missions to be able to fly in the area. So anytime you see these, bigger missions, the purple ones with the pluses, check if they have these. If you don't have all the ether currents, these are probably what you're looking for to be able to fly in this area. They do also pertain to the main story stuff, but this is something to really pay attention to. Let's go ahead and accept this. Do you have a moment to talk? A short while ago, one of the workers from House Zemiel asked me to go and deal with Melodons. They've been causing trouble. The Black Iron Bridge barely survived the calamity. It's in desperate need of repairs, but the upland Mylodons roam far too close to it. The craftsmen can't work safely. Someone needs to kill them. Mylodons, that is, not the craftsmen. No shit. I'd asked the Dragoons to do it, but they're so busy it'd be weeks before they found the time. I'd do it myself, but there's so many of the beasts that I fear I'd be swarmed and outnumbered. You're a capable woman. Would you be so kind as to thin them out somewhat? If you were to kill, say, 3 of them, I think I'd be able to finish off the rest myself. So, usually in each area, you have, like, 5 quests that require you to do that. And then 4 of these things. Now, if you use the ether current, you can click it and it'll say approximately 39 yalms northwest. "36 yalms north." And you can just keep doing this when you're looking around for it. Obviously, usually by the time you get this close, you can see it or hear it. But all you do is go up to it and attune to it. Now that you've done it once, I think it does it, yeah. So now you can see there's 5 quests. The yellow top ones are quests, so they could be side quests or they could be main quests. And the bottom ones are the ones you can find just loose like that. So I have 3 more to be able to just randomly find. A lot of times, as long as you're going through like the main quest, usually you can spot them. Doesn't hurt to like when you're running, just do this. 900 yalms northwest, so like we're talking way out here. But usually it's by like actual like quest related stuff. So usually if you just really pay attention to your surroundings, you usually can pick up most of them just by doing the main story. It really just depends on if you're paying attention or not. I think there's one right outside here as well. We might not actually have enough time. Well, we would depending on how much I push this video. But, we might not have enough time to get to where I was kind of wanting us to be. Anyway, these are the enemies. Something I personally do, just because I know like I'm gonna fight these, but I'm not gonna go back and turn it in right now, just because like I don't have all of them, so like it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I would say a lot of them are just like open your eyes and you can find them. There are some you definitely ain't gotta go a little bit out of your way. Or wait. Because like if you do like a quest later, obviously you might be able to complete it before you get the quest that takes you there. Kind of thing. And something you can do too, if you have the ether compass set up, when you get to certain places you can just pop it. But yeah, see, I told you there's one right outside here. I don't know where they all are offhand. I know where one more is. It's by the main quest. I don't remember where the 4th one is. It's a simple farmhouse. It makes one wonder what other innocent facades the heretics have chosen to hide behind. Mr. Slovecraft, our findings, you say? Well, there is something of a tale there. No sooner had we chanced upon a promising-looking sheaf of letters than we were ambushed from the shadows by great white beasts. It seemed the heretics foresaw our coming and left behind their pets to discourage further investigation. Several of our number were badly wounded. And you cannot carry out your duties until the creatures are slain. We have not the time to wait for reinforcements. Let us deal with these pets ourselves, Lily. That's about right. You're a polar bear, but you're a war bear. Hey bro, we did your job. Hey, Estinian. My inquiries availed me not. The patrol leader had little to say beyond which of his extremities the frost had bitten the hardest. The beasts are slain then? My thanks, Mistress Lovecraft. We may return to our duty without fear of a mauling. You wish to track down Lady Iceheart, is this not so? The records we discovered are those beasts mauled my comrades appeared to be some manner of correspondence. We had not the luxury of pursuing their contents more closely, intent as we were on surviving an onslaught of fang and claw, but I'd wager those epistles? Pistols? Cells? I actually don't know what that is. Contain more than friendly salutations betwixt lonely heretics. My interrogation of the patrol proved fruitless. Either we divine some clue from these letters, or we wander the snowfields and pray that the gods lead us right to Iceheart's door. It's hardly a choice at all. One. Two. Three. I have found some few of these letters. Let us gather a respectable stack and see what secrets the expedition captain can wring from the collected correspondence. Where are these damnable pages? I'd rather battle to score Avarice and then continue this confounded search. Have you recovered much of the heretics' correspondence? Here you go. Splendid. Added to the contributions of Master Liviere and Sir Estinian, we now have more than a dozen letters. What have we here? Every one of these pages is a record of the dealings betwixt the Gorgamil's heretics and their fellows in the amphitheater. There are requests for foodstuffs, clothing, and all manners of provisions. Iceheart's followers must yet inhabit the ruins we had thought abandoned. It's taken from the dragon's tongue. It means roughly eternal circle. It is little wonder the heretics thought to return to the place. Amphitheater, the very place where you witnessed the manifestation of primal Shiva, was it not? If that is our destination, the journey will be long indeed. The amphitheater lies on the other side of a treacherous tract of ice and snow that cannot swiftly be crossed. Then we must place our faith in the Ethernet. As you may recall, our dear friend Moonbrita succeeded in creating the beacon after it had been destroyed by Lady Iceheart. At the time, it was assumed that the resultant aetheryte would only be temporarily viable, but given that the heretics of Gorgamil seem to have been in regular contact with their brethren at the amphitheater, I'll wager it still functions. I suggest we make for the Etheorite within Snowcloak, without delay. Correct me if I'm wrong, Estinian, but in the course of mapping the Snowcloak tunnel system, a passage was discovered leading out into the Western Highlands, was it not? Might it be possible for us to reach the Etheorite from this side of the wall? It should. House Durandare posted soldiers at the Western Highlands entrance after the tunnels were cleared. They will not deny us entry. I think we might have too much stuff to do here yet to get to where I wanted us to. But that is fine. Somewhere that way. It might actually be the one that I know of. The girl. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. Didn't want to land right next to an enemy like that. What ails our young lord? The moment we arrived at the wall, his face took on an ashen pallor. Does he fear facing the heretics within their own lair? Do you recall the first time you ventured into these tunnels in search of Lady Iceheart? It seems an age ago, does it not? Back then I still believed myself the commander of the Crystal Braves. Ah, the guests of House Vertan, accompanied by the Azure Dragoon, no less. I cannot imagine what brought you out this far, but you are welcome to enter the tunnels, if that is your will. Assuming the beacon still functions, and we must pray to the 12 it does, we shall arrive at our destination in mere moments. Though we do not expect to be greeted by the primal Shiva, we should nevertheless be prepared for a frosty reception. The heretics are not like to rejoice at the appearance of uninvited guests, particularly ones with our history. An impressive structure. I wonder how many ages it has endured. Yeah, you should ask its occupants. They seem a friendly bunch. Dogs of Ishgard, is it not enough that you banish our beloved saint? Will you not be satisfied until the ice is slick with the last drops of our blood? Stay your weapons. We come under the flag of parley. We wish only to speak with your mistress. Then we might broker a peace. Do you think us fools? It will take more than honeyed words to earn our trust. You walk with the Dragon Slayer. We know all too well what he is capable of. My reputation precedes me. They give us little choice. Come, brothers. May dragon's wings bear us to victory. Oh wait, we did not come here to fight. Waste no words on them. They are deaf to reason.
Your guard is down.
Somebody upgraded to a dragon. Seven hells, can dragon blood truly bring about such a transformation? Oh, for Ben. At last, a foe I might sink my lance into.
Know your folly.
Release!
Don't mess with the best. They fight like demons. It's death to remain. Fall back, brothers. Retreat to the cinders. See no sign of Lady Iceheart. Would that we could have questioned one of them. What would we ask that we do not already know? They make for the cinders, and so we must. So must we. Even should an ambush await us, it is certain there will be more heretics to question. The cinders, you say? I confess the name is unknown to me. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten us, Istinian. I suspect it is a heretic's way of referring to the Dreaming Dragon, an island of sorts found in the midst of the frozen lake of Ashpool. Some 500 years past, 'tis told that the Azure Dragoons of the age fought a dragon of titanic proportions. After a savage struggle, the mighty creature was weakened onto the point of death, and forced into a magic slumber by an entire chapter of the Holy Sea's sorcerers. Ere long, a rain of ash and cinders did begin to fall upon the sleeping serpent's motionless form, covering the creature at length in a shroud of grey. Of course, a thick lake of ice has since formed on top of it, but you may be sure I speak true. A fascinating tale. We should make haste to this ashened isle. Taking a sweet time again. Only in a land where war has raged for 1,000 years could enough ash fall to bury a dragon the size of an island. The dreaming dragon lies far to the west. Before we approach the frozen beast, however, there's another place I would visit first. I am told the convictors have set up camp in the Twin Pools. Their leader, Intelat, may have information of use to us. But mayhap you are not familiar with that name either. The convictors are dragon slayers, after a fashion, but I am willing to wager that they encounter their fair share of heretics. If we are indeed walking into a trap, I would learn all there is to know of our foe. A sound suggestion. Let us speak with these convictors, then, and temper our haste with a measure of caution. Yeah, I think I know where it is. I could be wrong, though. When we get closer over here, we'll, if I don't see it, I will, pop the compass again. Yeah. I thought so. It's by this camp. This is the one that I didn't know where it was. I know where the other one is too, but we're not. I'm pretty sure I know where the other is. Anyway. We're not gonna go there yet, though. Be a waste of time. Hello. Well, well, what do we have here? Hoping to join the esteemed ranks of the convictors, are we? Hard-eyed lass looks promising, but you have a frail look about you, boy. I'll give you 3 days ere the wilds claim your corpse. I beg your pardon. Be not so quick to judge. I have seen this frail youth fell heretics with a flick of his wrist. And who are you to question my— By the Fury! That armor, that lance, Azure Dragoon himself graces our camp. Pray forgive my disrespect, sir. I am Gentelat, the leader of the convictors and fellow slayer of dragons. May I ask what winds, fair or foul, carry you into our humble camp? We're looking for Iceheart and Heretic. Ah, Lady Iceheart, is it? Aye, I know her by reputation, but I'm afraid I've seen naught of her or her people. That said, my own men can be somewhat lax when it comes to making reports. You may wish to question them yourselves. Thank you. We shall. Lily, Estinian, let us make our way through the camp and see what information there is to be had. Baby steps. I remember you. How could I forget? You're the lass who was in the Azure Dragon's company. Since you're here anyway, perhaps you might like to try your hand at a spot of hunting before you depart. See for yourself what life is like for us convictors. The Davinian horde is stronger than you might expect. Unless you've been at it for years, like I have, I think it prudent to start with something simple and then work your way up to the dragons. I suggest Riome's. Slay 3 of those and then come back here. Consider it a warm-up. For all the nights to come. So this, I think, is the dungeon. Cowards, all of you. You have no shame at all. Oh, I beg your... Wait, are you not Mistress Lovecraft? Honored ward of the House Bertem? Praise Helion. Surely you will consider my request. Know you the Dusk Vigil? Yeah, this is the dungeon. Westernmost of the Citadel watchtowers built to warn of the horde's approach, was lost following the calamity. Another victim of the snows. Within the ruins lies a priceless treasure which must needs be reclaimed. I thought to enlist the service of these so-called dragon slayers, but it seems their courage is not as boundless as they would have you believe. But you, madam, you are not one to shy away from danger, am I right? I mean, guess. Very good, indeed. There is a sculpture of the Fury within the Dusk Vigil's chapel. An ice rondel is set in its helm. I would have you pry it free and deliver it to me. The Vigil is not difficult to find. Simply head north towards Banepool until you come to the gate. Knights may bar your passage, but should you explain who you are, they will grant you leave to enter. Surely one of these people will have encountered heretics while out hunting. Pray speak with as many as you can, Lily. Nay, I know of no heretics. Do you honestly expect me to keep track of every Radamex, Veramount, and Bertinet that wanders in and out of camp? I didn't even say it. Are there any heretics in the area? I have not the faintest idea. Why a heretic could pass under my very nose, and I should be none the wiser. I hunt dragons, my dear lady, the big ones. Forever do I scan the skies for signs of my prey. I care not for the miserable creatures that scurry upon the ground. Okay, well, when one stabs you in the ass... I may have earned in seeking the wisdom of these whelps. Erred in seeking the wisdom of these whelps. Looking for heretics, you say? Why don't you go and bother Ryukwet or someone? I've enough trouble keeping these greening fops fed and clothed as it is. 'Tis no business of mine what folk do with themselves out there in the wilds. Submit, I can help you with, my lady. Do you know anything about Ice Heart of the Heretics? Heretics, is it? Well, I've never seen one myself, but that ain't to say I haven't heard a thing or two. We would be grateful for any information you can share with us. The gods know we've gleaned precious little from talking to the rest of these people. If it pleases my lord, I am Pierre Quet, a soldier by trade, though not much of one, if I'm honest. It weren't for the love of stabbing folk that I took up the spear, see? No, it was by the order of Sir Gentelot's father. Still, as long as they keep paying me wages, I ain't fussy as to what they have me do. Not everyone as patient as me, though. Plenty of low-born lads who get pressed into service start grumbling before they've seen their second battle. And once they've got to thinking how unfair it all is, it don't take much for the heretics to turn their heads. From what I hear, the simple promise of freedom tends to do it. That may explain how Lady Iceheart was able to expand her following so swiftly. Sad to say, some mates of mine gobbled down the heretics' tripe and asked for seconds. Told me they were off to the western highlands to light a signal fire. That's how you let the heretics know you're serious about joining their ranks, apparently. Send up some purple smoke and the bastards come to you. Is that so? Why then, I am minded to start a fire. I'm not familiar with the building of signal fires. How difficult could it be? If we are to lure our foes to our position, then we must find a means of producing a signal of purple hue. As it so happens, I once heard the tale of a trapper who dropped the hide of woolly yak onto his campfire. Aside from terrible stench, the story also described in detail how the smoke from the smothered flames was tinged a deep violet. You're a monster hunter of some note, are you not, Lily? It should prove a trifling task for you to procure a number of hides. We may need to burn more than one ere the heretics notice our beacon. Master Alphanu, you and I shall gather wood for the fire. Aye, will take both of us to find enough dry fuel in this frozen wasteland. Let us meet again at the Dreaming Dragon with the fruits of our labor. Want to help out, do you? Well, there's plenty that needs doing, and killing besides. I'm sure you noticed the dragons aren't the only thing we have to contend with out here. Take the polar bears, for example. They come here looking for an easy meal, drawn by the smell of our cook fires, and then raid our stores. Think you could thin their numbers? Killing 4 or so of them should suffice. You'll be compensated for your troubles, of course. So I need to kill a bunch of stuff for these quests. I also need to activate the dungeon. That way, even if I leave this area, I can trigger the dungeon. So the specific dungeon in question is not a support duty or a duty support, so I have to queue for it. So I won't be doing it now, so we won't be able to fly here yet. But that is fine. Actually, I might push this. Because I think actually, we probably actually can get to where I wanted us to be. At the rate we're going. This is adding extra time that technically I don't need to do yet, but it's just easier to do it. You. Have that one done. You're a woolly yak, so you should give us what we need for the other. Is it just two? Yeah. Aw, damn it. Well. You then. Come to me. Oh, it's gonna go piss off the other one for some reason. It's your own fault, buddy. Motherfucker. Let us go activate the dungeon, go back and turn in these. We can turn that in later, easily. What's this? A ward of House Vertem wishes to enter the Dusk Vigil? You are aware that the ruins are infested with wild beasts and gods only know what else, are you not? Why, just the other day, one of the convictors claimed to have seen a massive winged beast. Not a dragon, mind, but something altogether different. But far be it from me to deny an esteemed personage the opportunity to kill herself in new and exciting ways. Pray go on ahead. So this is one that I find amusing because it actually says the duty support option will become available eventually, but it does not exist right now. So my guess is that they really do plan on like adding it for this one. And there's one in Stormblood as well that's required to fly in one area. And it also says this. But to be fair, when I first started, there was quite a few that said that. And at this point, the majority of them have it. So, I mean, clearly they're working it. And I can't complain if they're getting it done. Can I not? I was hoping this cut around, but apparently not. Check the other way. Well, you've certainly more reliable than any lordling I've ever met. You've only got eyes for dragons, even though I tell them time and again that if no one sees to the bears, there'll be nary a scrap to eat. But do they listen? I dare say everyone around here could stand to be a little more like you. Well, I said you'd be compensated, and I'm true to my word. I trust you'll consider this fair for your effort. Slain those ruins already, have you? How did you find them? Did they put up much of a fight? No. Good work, lass. Clearly the Azure Dragoon doesn't travel with mere amateurs. Sounds like those ruins barely put up enough of a fight to be considered a proper warm-up. You clearly know what you're doing. If you want to try your hand at hunting some dragons, speak with me again sometime. Boom. This is the one that I knew where it was. That's because it's literally right by where we're gonna do the campfire thing. I just knew it was over here, so I was like, why would I like go out of my way to get it? I left Ishgard on a mission of a noble purpose, and now here I am scrabbling for sticks in the snow. How can my hands be at once so numb yet so sore? It would seem that collecting firewood is a new experience for Master Alphino. His must have been a privileged upbringing. Have you the hides we need? Here you go.
Ah, I should have known it would be you. Word reached me of a struggle with a small but well-armed band of trespassers. Forgive my comrades their hostility. Few come here uninvited, and fewer still with good intent. Now, tell me why you are here.
What peace? We wish to stop Nikag's attack on Ishgard. We wish to speak with you.
So, you seek to stem the Dravanian tide with talk? A romantic notion. If you but knew the truth, the spark which lit the flames of this animosity, you would understand the futility of your quest. Shall I relate it to you? The sordid history my gift has shown me. That which the Holy See has taken such pains to suppress.
Apparently that fate ended right across her face.
'Twas more than a millennium past when an Elezen tribe first sought to claim the lands of Kurthas as its home. Unfortunately for them, Kurthas was already home to dragonkind, and they were not inclined to make way for the invaders. Thus did a bloody war begin. A war which might well have rumbled on until one or the other side was exterminated, had it not been for the resolve of a single woman. That woman's name was Shiva. While those around her fought and died, she attempted to parley with the dragons, and in so doing discovered them to be possessed of profound intelligence and reason. The great worm, Hraesvelgar, in particular so enchanted Shiva that she found herself growing to love the creature, whom her people considered a monster. In the eyes of a near-immortal dragon, however, the fleeting life of an Elezen is as that of a freshly cut rose. Scarce has the flower bloomed before it begins to fade and wither. Such melancholy musings plagued Hraesvelgar, who had found in Shiva an unexpected and beloved soulmate. He knew that all too soon, death would snatch her away from him. Unable to bear the thought of their separation, the maid bid the worm consume her, that their spirits might be entwined for eternity. Though loath to perform the deed, Hraesvelgar ultimately gave in to her plea, and soon thereafter the tale of their ill-fated love spread throughout the two warring factions. No more could they raise blade or claw against one another, knowing that the souls of their kin were so inextricably bound. In the days that followed, man and dragon learned to live in harmony, and together built a nation unlike any the world had ever known. For 200 years did this blissful age of peace continue, as it would to this day, had vilest envy not stirred in the hearts of the Elezen. It is said that worms owe their longevity to the boundless reserves of vitality found within their eyes. And 'twas in this belief that a traitorous band of knights deceived their allies of some 2 centuries, and took by force that which they coveted. Nidhogg, he who now stands poised to unleash his wormlings upon Ishgard, was the great dragon who lost an eye to Elezen treachery. And until he prizes it from the hands of the traitor's progeny, no amount of conciliatory words will stay his fury.
You are wrong, Lady Iceheart. Lest you misunderstand, I do not doubt your vision of the past. 'Tis true that Nidhogg greatly desired to reclaim the Eye. Indeed, it was for that very reason that I kept it with me as I roamed the land, attempting to draw him away from the city.
Good gods!
Until recently, Nidhogg seemed unable to resist its allure and pursued me relentlessly. Needless to say, that is no longer the case. Now, it would seem, he has fixed his attention on Ishgard itself, though he knows full well the Eye does not reside there.
You believe he targets the capital for another reason?
I believe reason has all but left him. Through the Eye, I feel much of what Nidhogg feels, and the dragon's thirst for vengeance will not be quenched by aught less than a sea of blood.
If Nidhogg is indeed lost to reason, might we not seek an audience with Hraesvelgr instead? He has thus far shown no inclination to aid in the invasion of Ishgard, and may yet welcome our efforts to broker a peace.
You still believe that a peaceable solution can be found? Very well. I will take you to him. Our road will lead us to Dravania, the homeland of dragonkind. There we shall ascend unto the clouds, where Hraesvelgr resides.
My crystal's returning.
Is aught amiss, my friend? I sense the many battles are beginning to take their toll. Rest a while, and should you lose sight of us, Dravania lies beyond the mountains to the west.
Curious. The vestiges of thy mistress's blessing are not as faint as once they were. Thy will to succeed grants thee unusual fortitude. But will it be enough?
Will it? We journey to the homeland of dragons, Lily. The scholar within me burns to see the sights I have but read about, as does the child within me, I confess. Be on your guard, warrior of light. The mistress of the heretics as our guide, we may yet find that we are being led to our graves. You are Lily, yes? Pray address me as Isthiel, if you wish. 'Tis passing strange, is it not, that fate should bring us together thus? Never did I think to walk alongside the warrior of light. But history is full of such unexpected alliances. Shall we make our way into Dravanian then? The chill of the western highlands is unrelenting, and I would sooner be under the shelter of canopy of the Chocobo forest. Now I believe at this point in time, if I do the dungeon and turn in the other quest, yeah, we can fly in this area if I do that. But we won't be doing that in this video. Maybe not for a while yet. We'll see. You technically don't need, we technically don't need it yet, because we're leaving the area.
Beyond Abalathia's spine, the great mountain range that spans the continent of Aldenard from east to west. Into the deepening shadows of Som-Al, where lies the ancient home of dragonkind. To a land where the soil slithers and the skies seethe with sinuous shapes, they came.
I'm gonna go until we get to the crystal. This forest was mentioned in the pages of New Eorzea Geographic. As I recall, the author advised travelers to give the local chocobos a wide berth. According to her, they can be remarkably aggressive. Do you sense them, Lily? A gathering of dragons to the west. We now stand on the threshold of Dravanian. The path to Som-El will take us far to the west, beyond the embrace of the forest's branches. It will be a long and demanding journey. Might I suggest that we take our rest at the village up ahead, and see that we are properly provisioned? There's a village here, but I thought these lands the sole domain of dragonkind. Why would anyone choose to live so perilous a place? Wild chocobos. Tail Feather was built by hunters who make their living capturing and selling the beast. Their leader, Merchchamp, I have never known how to say his name, I don't think, is an acquaintance of mine. Be an egregious sort, he will no doubt welcome our arrival, and he will also possess more recent knowledge of the road we seek to travel. I trust there are no objections? Only to this ceaseless chatter. If we are to meet this acquaintance of yours, let us do it before Ishgard burns. The ether current. Now we're not very far from there, so we'll get the crystal. and then we will end this video. So one ether current is here. One is like right here. I don't know where the third one. I can't remember offhand where the third one is. And we have already got the first one, obviously. But on this note, I think we did another very good deal. I wanted to get this because I was like, we get Ice Heart, and then we travel here, and then we're in a new area. But there is a trial and a dungeon in this area, so this is definitely not going to be done in one video. So this next part's going to take at least 2, probably. Most likely. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.